Hey everybody, Yalancy Peterson here, Ride with Peterson. You know, I was thinking about the last video I made, and I want to add a little bit more to it. You know, I realized that when it comes to rideshare, we all been drinking the blue punch ever since that name rideshare came up. You know, to change our attitude about rideshare, we also must change our relationship to the truth about rideshare. This thing was never made for us. It was never made for the drivers to make a living and provide for their children, their families, and to continue on. It was never for us. It was never for a way to truly contribute to society. Rideshare was created to make investors wealthy. Bottom line. Rideshare was created to save money for people who can afford a car, but they don't want to drive. They want to do other things with their time and money rather than buy a car. So what they had to do to make this thing work, they had to sell it to the people who'd be willing to do the work, meaning the limo drivers and eventually regular people with a regular car that wants to make a little extra money. Now, I don't know what extra money is. I don't. I need every dollar I can get. So this term they call extra money is the same thing as rideshare. It's a lie. They sold this to the people who would have the drive and purpose to do it best. And that person is the one who wants to be their own boss. Think about it. Even today, when you go on their websites, they tell you, be your own boss. Make as much money as you want. Choose your own hours. Drive your own car. Wear your own clothes. Work when and where you choose. You are in control. I mean, think about it. They sold this thing to us being the perfect business opportunity, when we know in reality it really isn't, because it's not good enough to pay rent. It's barely good enough to pay for a car. So the thing is, adjust your attitude and adjust your expectations. I did that when I was a bus operator for Metro. And you know, I keep going back to it because I learned so much about myself and my relationship to this thing we call money. When I first started as a bus operator, I was so excited. It was so fun. But then it started getting tough. You know, the paycheck wasn't that cool. And the people were so mean. And the drivers were worse. And the supervisors were even worse. And the company was even worse than that. And I had to find a way to make it work for me to continue getting up in the morning or in the afternoon or in the evening or at midnight to go to this job I did not want to go to. And so the way I changed my attitude, I made it about the disabled customer. the ones who absolutely need the bus. I'm like, if I am the absolute best driver to the disabled customers, everybody else will get the same treatment. It'll be okay. So when I saw a person come on board the bus and they were in a wheelchair, or they needed a cane, or they needed the bus to be dropped, I'm like, you know what? I'm going to treat that person like that President Barack Obama. My bus is going to be the best one they have ever been on before or since. I made sure of it. And I treated every disabled customer. I didn't care how bad they looked, how bad they smelled. I didn't care. If they were disabled, to me, they were a queen or a king. And I could tell they appreciated it. And what happened, it began to filter into all the other people who got on the bus. They said, wow, he's treating that person like that. I wonder how they're going to treat me. And before you knew it, every day, I had a line of people waiting for my bus to get on board. And what did I do? I said good morning, good afternoon, good evening to every person who came on board the bus. I said it in English and Spanish. I was starting to say it in Japanese, Chinese, and Korean. Just say, if I can't learn one word in a different language, I'm going to learn how to say good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and thank you. And I was doing pretty good at it. But deep down inside, I didn't feel as appreciated as I thought I should have been appreciated. So when I got assaulted on the bus and the managers didn't treat me the right way, the way I thought they should have treated me, I carried around bitterness and anger for a long time. And the only person I hurt in the long run was me. Their job wasn't supposed to take care of me and make sure I was happy and cater to me or so like that. Their job was to make sure that I got to work on time, to make sure I didn't violate the law to get them in trouble, to make sure that my paycheck was delivered to me correctly. They didn't owe me anything else. But my attitude was in the wrong place. And so I carried a lot of anger that ultimately only hurt me. That's all. So when I think about this whole thing with rideshare and all the anger that the drivers have, and feeling disappointed and hurt, and it's supposed to be this and it's supposed to be that. I really did used to be that person. I used to get in arguments with people on this channel about, they're supposed to pay this much money, and they're supposed to do this, and they're supposed to do that. No, they're not. No, they're not. My job, if I decide to pick these people up, is to give that person a safe and comfortable ride. I expect the person who gets in the vehicle to get in the back seat, keep quiet, don't use drugs, don't drink alcohol, don't cuss me out, don't touch me, don't make unwise comments to me, don't hang out the side of my car and vomit and let stuff go through the side of the vehicle. Don't reproduce in the back seat. I mean, the list goes on. Y'all know what it is. Sit in the back seat, be comfortable, and get to your place when you need to. And don't lie and cancel on the ride. If you know you can't get the ride when you get in the vehicle, I saw that video with the guy, the girl, she had the ride and then she canceled midway. And then the driver asked, why did you cancel the ride? And the passenger say, oh, well, I knew that my credit card wouldn't be able to pay for the ride all the way, so I went only halfway, but now you're supposed to take me all the way. Okay. See, shenanigans like that is why we drivers don't like picking up the passengers, because we can't trust them. But, what are we supposed to do? I say, hey, if it happened to me, I say, oh, you say that the ride can't go that way? Oh, well, let me see. I have a choice to make. I either put you off right here at the 110 in Figueroa and you figure it out the rest of the way, or I'd be a nice guy and I take you all the way home and give you the ride you need and wish you well, and make a mental note that if I ever see your name again, to decline your ride request. Knowing me, I'll be the nice guy, because I've learned that what you give is what you get. So I'm like, okay, since I have a person in the back who is going to defraud me like that, I say it's okay, because what she cheated me out of, I'm going to get it when I need it again. So I say, hey, I get it. Thank you for being honest with me. I appreciate it. I would appreciate it if you don't say another word to me. I get you where you need to go, and I'll put an amen on it, and you have your best blessed. That's what I'm going to do. That's what I will do. That's what I have to do. The people who vomit, I make sure I'm prepared for it, because it's going to happen. I pull off to the side of the road. I say, hey, I got a couple of bottles there so you can rinse your mouth out. I got some Listerine for you too, so you can, rinse your mouth with that. Are you okay? Are you sure? You all right? We want to make sure we vomit completely, and then I'll take it easy. I'll treat the person with dignity and respect. Make sure that there is no vomit in the vehicle, and take them where they need to go and keep it pushing. It's that thing. People drink too much, they get drunk, they vomit. So that's life. Again, it's about adjusting your attitude and allow rideshare. I hate that word so much, I do, but it's what it is. So I'm going to adjust my attitude. Allow rideshare to do what you need it to do for you. And, hey, make the most of it while they need human drivers. Because, remember, the goal is to replace the drivers. They ain't keeping us around too much longer. When they have to go ahead to replace human drivers with computer drivers, they will do it. I'm sure y'all have seen the ads they're having in Vegas with the robo-taxi, the Kia Ioniq driving around with Lyft logos and all like that, and they're pushing the how fun it is, and make sure you're on the lookout for this vehicle. I mean, come on. It's gonna happen. It's what? 2023? What do you think is going to happen when 2033 gets here? Because it will get here. I mean, when you look at the state of cars today, what do you think they're going to be like in 10 years? Just a little tidbit to think about. So I'm going to change my attitude about driving too. I am. I'm not going to get mad about it. I'm like, look, I'm going to take what I can. I'm going to get a car specifically to use it up, because I need to pay off the remaining debt I have. And I can do that with what the current payment is, what the pay is. If you can't do it, this is what I recommend you do. Get a job as a security guard. Get a job as a bus operator. Hey, MTA is hiring. And I'm going to tell you something. You work a lot of hours, but you can pull $100,000 a year being a bus operator. I mean, you put in the work, you make it happen. You can do it. But that job is not for the weak. I'm gonna tell you right now. You think rideshare is something? Try being a bus operator. Try driving some of the hood lines, line 40, the 210. What else? The 53, which I would not do. I was brave, but not that brave. Vernon. I forgot what the line was, but I did Vernon. I mean, really. Hey, you make great money, that's for sure. You got all the benefits you want, and you got a real job, and you will be busy. But you can't can't be weak as a bus operator. I can tell you that right now. Go into retail. Hey, be a stockbroker. Get some commissions going or so. Don't be afraid to change. I know it's tough when you look at it. I'm looking at my situation. I'm middle-aged. I'm disabled. All I have is a high school diploma. Who wants to hire me? I had the time to do it between high school and now, and I look and I have fewer days ahead of me than I do behind me. And I look and I'm like, life didn't turn out the way I wanted it to when I graduated from high school. But you know what? It's okay. I'm still here, and I can make a different choice if I want. And so I'm going to do that while I can. Right now, I have an opportunity to pay off my debt. And so I'm going to make one final push with rideshare and my security job with a new attitude, because I'm on a mission, and you should be too. All right, everybody. I will catch you on the next video.